we came up with adjectives that described us using the letters in our names. So now we're going to do something different, but it's going to go with math. Lila, you ready? Let's try that. Whole body listening. Okay, honey? Whole body listening. So we're going to find the value of our names mathematically. So I'm going to share my screen. You're going to really want to pay attention because this is going to be your assignment. Sawyer, you ready? Here we go. Share my screen. You're going to use paper and pencil again, and you're going to be using your math brains. For all those kids who said they love math, you're going to enjoy this lesson. So this will be a review of some of our basic addition skills. We are going to use something called an alphabet values sheet. You will find these posted in Google Classroom on your assignment for Chrysanthemum. It's actually called name values. So the first one looks like this. It gives you a value for every letter in the alphabet. Starting with the letter A, the value of the letter A is worth 1. You can think of them as points if you want, or just a number value. If the way you read it is you just look at the letter, find the number below, and you will see the value of that letter. So B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E is 5, F is 6, and so on. Just to give you an idea, if I come down to the letter V, it's worth 6 points, we could call it. So I'm going to take my name, I'm going to write it out on a piece of paper, just like I did for the poem, but I'm going to do it a lot smaller now because I'm going to do some math with it. So there's my name, Nancy. Now I have to use that alphabet value sheet, which again is posted on Google Classroom, to find the value of my name. So you can see my first letter of my name is an N. So I go to the alphabet values, I find N. Show me on your fingers the value of N by looking at the sheet. Show me on your fingers. How many points would N be worth? Excellent, Lila. Elena's got it. Nice job. Oh, good job, you guys. So it's worth 6 points. So next to the letter N on my paper, I'm going to put a 6. Then I'll also fill in 6 for the other N because I already know it's worth 6. I have 2 N's in my name. Now I'm going to look at the letter A. Oh, it's only worth 1 point. So I'm going to put a 1 here. Now I have to find C. C is worth how many? Show me on your fingers. I hope you said 3. If you said 3, you're reading this chart the right way. And then Y is way down at the end, and it is worth 1 point. So now I've got all the points in my name, and I want to find the total. So that means it's an addition problem. So this is called column addition because the numbers are lined up in a column vertically. And you can do many different strategies to find the total. I'm just going to show you some examples. So the first thing in my math brain that I see, and you might see it differently, which is fine, but I see 6s. I know my doubles facts. So I'm going to say 6 plus 6 is 12. And then I'm going to add the 1, which would make 13. I'm going to add the 3, 14, 15, 16, plus 1 would make 17. Now, I bet many of you are saying, I didn't do it that way. Maybe you looked at this problem differently. Here are my values. Maybe you said, I know 3 plus 1 is 4. And I know that 6 plus 4 equals 10. And I know that 6 plus 1 equals 7. And then 7 plus 10 equals 17. So I understand there are many different ways to figure this out. If this is overwhelming to you, you could also do a couple at a time. Maybe you just want to add the N and the A. Maybe you want to start with 6 plus 1 is 7. And then take the 7 and add it to the 6 for the N. and start with 7, counting up, 6 more, 7 in my head, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then add the 13 and the 3. Counting from my head, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's called counting on. And then add the 16 to the 1. 16 plus 1 is 17. So I'm still going to get the same answer. That's the beautiful thing about math, is that there are many different strategies or ways of solving the same problem. So then my first name's value is 17. You could think of it as 17 cents, 17 points. But that's the value of my first name. So that's what we want you to do, to figure out what would the value of your name be. Now, if you think this is really simple, I know Cole, Nixon, and Logan, you guys were with me last year for math. I expect you to use the challenge sheet. So you will see on your Google Classroom posted a sheet that looks like this. The challenge sheet will make it a little more difficult, which some of you like when you're doing math. Some of us, maybe we wouldn't like that. So here's how I would do it with the challenge sheet. The same thing, write my name out, look for the N on the challenge sheet. On this sheet, N is worth 14 points. So you're gonna do more double-digit addition. So I'd write 14 twice here. A is still only worth 1. C is worth 3. And Y is worth 25. So now I've got much larger numbers to add. Again, I know you have different ideas on how you might do this. So I would suggest you try what's best for you. I immediately see another doubles fact. I see 14 plus 14. I want to add those up. 4 plus 4 is 8. 1 plus 1 is 2. So I know those two equal 28. Then I want to add the 28 to this 25. I'm going to start in my ones place. 8 plus 5, 8 in my head. Count on 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to put the 3 in the ones, carry that 10. Now add my tens. 1 plus 2 is 3, 4, 5. I'm at 53, but I'm not done yet. Now I'm gonna see, I have the 1 and the 3 left, which equals 4. So I can add that 4 to the 53, start in my ones place, 3 plus 4 is 7. Go to the tens, 5 plus nothing is 57. So on the challenge sheet, my name is actually worth 57 points. Now, some of you might have thought, why did you break it up? Why don't you just line it up and add your ones and then your tens? I could have done it that way. So maybe you just want to start in the ones place. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 4 makes 9, plus 3, 10, 11, 12, plus 5, 12 plus 5, 17. Put the 7, carry the 1. Now go to my tens place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could also do it that way. I'm going to get the same answer, just used a different strategy. And I know probably Logan, Cole, Nixon, you've done a lot of this math, and even you, all second graders have done double-digit addition, because I know what you learned last year. You're probably thinking of other ways you could have done it, and that's what's beautiful about math. So do it the way that works for you, but we want to see what is the value of your first name.
Some of you, can you show them how you got your numbers again? Some of them are confused about where the numbers came from.
From on the regular sheet or the challenge sheet?
Either. They're just
okay. So let's practice. Let's do Mrs. Harrison.
Yeah, I was going to say, can we use my name?
Yes. So we're going to do it again, but we'll do just the basic one, not the challenge sheet. So I'm going to write Mrs. Harrison's first name, Lori. Okay, I'm going to look for L first on the alphabet value sheet. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. There it is. Show me on your fingers what the value of L is. I see Elena's got it. Good job, Elena. I can't see all of you because I'm sharing my screen, but Lila's got it. It should be 4. Now I'm going to look for O. You just go through the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. There's O. Show me on your fingers. I'm going to look at some other children. What is the value of O? Sawyer, what do you think? Excellent, Sawyer. Abby, what did you find? What's the value of O? I think you're off by 1. It should be 7. See, it has a 7 under the O. Nicely done. And R. Let's see who can show me on their fingers first. Go. What's the value of R? Gavin, let me see. Let me see. How many points would R get? Here's R. Excellent, Gavin. Looking good. Robert's got it. It's worth 2. And last but not least, I. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Robert, what is I worth? Excellent. You should have said uno, 1. So now that you have your values, now you do the addition. So I like to look for things that make sense to me, like 2 plus 1 makes sense to me, that it's 3. And then I know 3 plus 4 would equal 7. And 7 plus 7 is a doubles fact. So that would equal 14. So Mrs. Harrison's first name is worth 14, and I said mine was worth 17. So we just have different amounts because of our letters. You do the same thing for the challenge sheet, but no one has to do the challenge sheet except for I would really like Logan.
Nixon.
Nixon is what I was thinking of. I haven't seen him today.
And
Cole. So if you guys could please use that, that would make me very happy. The rest of you don't even have to do that.
And can you show them where to find that, Mrs. Sabin?
Yes, and I wanted to repeat the expectations. Sawyer, can you put the toy away, honey? We don't want flashlights. The expectation is to do your first name. However, when I've taught this in the classroom, I have had so many students wanting to do their middle name, their last name, their dog's name, their mom's name, their sister's name. So if you have time and you want to do more than your first name, sure, go for it. You are welcome to do that. So when you're in Google Classroom, this is what our Google Classroom looks like. You will see here under week of August 24th through the 28th, alphabet name values. It's for Monday, which is today. If you click on that, I have the directions, and then you're gonna need to click on the ABC values is the one everyone's expected to do. You click on the link, it will pop up, okay? So there it is. Now, if you decide you want the challenge, you would go back and click on the ABC Values Challenge. And then you can refer to that. And then if you forget exactly what I'm talking about, and you're like, what, Mrs. Aubin? Go to Values Example. And there's an example of how to do both. Okay, if you have any questions about what we are expecting you to do, would you please either raise your hand or put it in the chat box?
Mrs. Aubin, some kids asked if they could do both, and I said, of course, they certainly may.
Yes, that would be great. And it's a lot of fun. You'll get addicted to it.
Okay, I do have a question here, but I'm not sure what our name is because there's so I'm going to unmute and you can ask your question if you would like. I can't, they won't let me unmute for some reason. Why will it not let me unmute? Yes.
I can't go to the 1:30 meeting or the 3:30 because I have an eye
Yes, your dad emailed me and let us know that, and he said he'll work out trying to get in there. But thank you for telling us. But no worries, because where Mrs. Aubin showed you on the assignments later, there'll also be a video, and if you want to catch up on the things you missed, you'll see the video there. Okay. All right.
And
Thanks.
Mrs. Harrison,
Yes,
isn't
ma'am.
there a place that they can actually tell us in comments on their assignment the
Yes.
value of their name? So if you would type in to the comment section on when you turn your assignment in, that lets us know what you got. So that would be great. We'll be looking for that to see. So Mrs. Harrison would have written 14 in the comment box for her value. I would have written 17 for the amount for mine, just so we know you understood and that you were able to do the work. Anything else, Mrs. Harrison?
I don't seem to have any other questions that I can see right now. If you, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording, and